Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, folks. Michael Zuber, one rental at a time, back with the real estate entrepreneur, Omar Alfaro. How you doing, sir?
Pretty good. What's up, Michael? What's up, everybody? Hope all is well.
Awesome, man. Hey, what I want to do here is I want you to be a real estate broker for this question. So not investor, not an agent, right? You are a broker. You're always hiring amazing real estate agents. But I want to ask you about the high desert specifically, so your neck of the woods. And I just want to figure out what is going on. I think we have entered a hyper kinetic, crazy market because rates are going up. We have all of these buyers, really homeowners that were off the market at Q4. Now we're back on because they don't want to be priced out. And we have no inventory. So I think it's bananas today, but maybe the high desert is early. Maybe it's late. I don't know. What are the stats in the high desert in the middle of February?
Man, great question. 45 days into the new year, we've taken 10 listings, that's decent. Remember, we're on track to hit some crazy numbers, so it's a little slow.
Okay.
Listings taken. We got 9 buyer sales.
Okay.
So 9 new escrows for buyer sides.
Mhm.
We've closed, I think 12 or 13, 12,
Okay.
and our pendings are, I think, at 13. Yeah, 13. So
Okay.
it's not too horrible.
Mhm.
But 45 days in, but what I will tell you is our inventory
Mhm.
is getting eaten up.
Okay.
And a lot of the sellers are now starting to drop their prices
Oh, really?
because they don't want to have that fear of missing out. So they'd rather take the offer now versus waiting. And this is what we've been telling, the agents here, the team members, like, be proactive versus reactive. Don't wait until the market changes.
Right.
Be ahead of the curve. Get your house sold, because it's not the game isn't to take listings and to keep listings.
Right.
The game is to sell property.
Right.
As a brokerage. The game is to sell property. The game is to represent sellers, represent some buyers out there. And on occasions, if the deal presents itself, at least in my office, buy the property.
Wow. So I want to kind of repeat what I think you're saying. First and foremost, folks, Omar has a playlist on this channel. Go back and watch it because I'm going to reference a video last week. Last week, we talked about your business. So this is Omar, the entrepreneur, not Omar, the broker. You actually said you are being proactive in dropping your prices about $5,000 to $10,000 because you want them sold, so you wouldn't have carrying costs and all of these other things, because you anticipated a slower market when rates
100%.
were rising. And now we're seeing that happen in more and more listings. So this is very interesting. So I'm curious, last year, so 2021, let's talk after the summer. So summer 2021 through the end of the year, were your real estate agents doing a lot of open houses, or were open houses not required, right? You take a listing, you put a sign in the ground, sold.
0 open houses at that time, because there was no inventory. So you just throw up a sign, and sometimes you wouldn't even need to throw up a sign.
Yeah.
You just throw it up on the market, and people see Zillow, Redfin, wherever your listing populates to, and that's it. Now it's a little different story, but I'll add this.
Yeah.
The guys that are doing the open houses right now on the team, on a lot of my listings, are getting phenomenal results. Okay, because work works, right?
Yeah.
People
Yeah.
don't want to put the extra work in to do, to make more than other people, right? So because of that, they have increased they got like 5-6 buyers each that are pre-qualified, ready for houses, right?
Nice. Yeah.
That's 10, 12, 13 new buyers. But what's coming from these open houses is that some of the sellers are saying, hey, why don't I get an open house on my stuff? Actually, I'm going to go ahead and fire my agent because they suck. And will you guys go ahead and give us an open house too?
Interesting. So it's interesting.
It's weird.
Yeah. So yeah, I like that. Workers work, right? So what I'm hearing you say, my words, not yours, real estate agents got a little lazy. At least
100% they did.
Right? At least in some California markets, right?
Yes.
You didn't need an open house. You took a listing, You put it on, you had offers the next day, done, paid. Now, go ahead.
Can I add?
Yeah.
And it's not because the deal's not selling.
Mhm.
It's squeezing the lemon or squeezing the lime or lemon or orange out of every single transaction. Now, I'm going to walk you guys through this. Just because you take a listing, yes, it's going to sell if it's priced correctly. But if it's priced correctly and you do an open house, okay, just as an example, this is on the brokerage end, okay? This is if you're starting out and you want to take deals and you want to represent clients, you want to establish your database. You do that because now you have people coming to you that you could talk to. You can gain 2 or 3 or 4 new buyers. You might even get a neighbor that wants to sell, okay? So if you're willing to do a little bit extra work, you're going to get probably a lot more of an income than the other person. Why? Because you're putting the work in when most people don't want to, and they're used to just throwing up that sign. It'll still sell. You can still do the same thing. But if you do a little extra credit, I'm telling you, that's $1, I know. But if you do a little extra credit, you will make more money.
That is very interesting because I saw an open house in my market, which I hadn't seen seemingly in a year. Again, I think I think you're right? I think the house sells just like last year. But I think you're right. I think the people are doing open houses now. They're coming out of hibernation. They want to build their buyers list because it's no longer about that house. They want the 7 buyers who don't get that house.
Correct.
So they can try to, okay.
Correct.
That makes perfect sense to me. Okay.
Because Michael, I mean, if you're in the business, as a real estate professional,
get to work. It's no longer 2021, 2022. No. Get to work. Oh, I like it. I like it. Okay. Now, I'm curious, when you look at the market as Omar, the real estate investor, are you seeing more listings, less listings, the same? Like, is it coming on faster? Is it still tight? What's going on?
You know what? It's a little tight, honestly.
Yeah.
It's a little tight. I'm making some phone calls.
Sure.
I'm trying to have a little bit more conversations with some of these sellers that I've been following up with. And not to take the listing, but to get their offer accepted.
Yeah.
Or to get my offer accepted. So it's a little tight. But this is when you start knowing something. You ready?
Yeah.
When other agents are calling me asking what I would pay for this home. And they were doing that before, but now it's like I'm getting phone calls like, hey, I got this deal. I want to get it all done because they're moving up to another property. Do you want to step in there and buy it? Because I know you'll close on it. Yeah. But it's like, instead of me saying, well, why don't you buy it and you do the same thing and you make a bunch of money? No, they still call me. So that just means that either there's a lack of confidence or maybe, there's only a few deals out there. You still can get them, Michael, but I don't know. It's just I have a weird feeling this quarter.
Yeah.
Along with second quarter, I think there's gonna be some changes. So I'm just waiting. I'll be waiting on the sidelines with some money.
There you go. That's exactly what I'm doing. You and I have talked. It's the last we raised some capital, we put some dry powder. We're gonna watch what happens because again, the consumer is very predictable. Rates go up, they come off the sidelines, they overpay because they don't want to miss out, right? FOMO, correct. Fear of missing out. But we're going to get to the other side of this. It's going to be the summer. All these people who didn't buy last year will have finally bought. Right. And then we're going to be into the summer and we're going to find out where we are. Do we have a recession? Are rates in the 5s? What's going on? Because again, the beauty of doing one rental at a time is Omar, I've paid 12% interest on debt before to get deals done.
Me too.
It's okay. I don't have to have 4%. It's just, it's nice. But I will pay 12% if the deal works. So Omar, thank you very much for talking about the high desert. If somebody wanted to join your team, how do you want them to reach out?
Guys, follow me on IG at Omar_Alfaro or visit my website, OmarAlfaro.com, and go to join team. And literally we've had a bunch of people come over. We've gotten, I think 7 or 8 new team members, another team that just joined as well. So it's pretty sweet.
Yeah, folks, if you're in the high desert, you need to join his team. He invests in his teams, always learning lessons, and he is my real estate entrepreneur. So if you want to come in and see what this is all about, dude, go join the team, see it up close and personal, see it every single day. Nice work, Omar.
Thank you. Let's
Mhm.
go.